Welcome to the operations bunker. This is where we hack into NASA and do all kinds of fun stuff. And when we get tired of doing that, we can come over here and we can play games. Part of what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be comparing some games between the 2600 Atari and the TI. So we're going to compare the Atari version of Donkey Kong, the Atari version of Space Invaders, and the Atari version of Pac-Man. We're going to compare those with the counterparts on the TI side. So, let's see if I can find my Pac-Man here. I used to have all these in order, not anymore. Here's Donkey Kong. That's going to be one of the little demonstrations. There's Pac-Man. And then, rather than doing Space Invaders, which doesn't exist, we're going to be doing TI Invaders. So, my son and I weren't able to make it down to the Chicago user group meeting today, which was unfortunate. But, since we're here, we are going to do several things to contribute. This will be the CTIUG Northwest extension, I guess would be what we would call it today. So hang out and enjoy some stuff. We'll do some transferring today, show some ways to do some transferring, and then we'll compare some games and see what the Atari does well and what the TI does well, and vice versa. So hang with us and we'll have some fun. Atari 2600 Pac-Man. Alright, so you'll notice here, for some reason it's only going to show 2 ghosts. I'm not 100% sure why, but it's showing 2 ghosts here. There's 4, but I can't really see them all, so I'm not 100% sure where they are. The thing about Atari Pac-Man that kind of stinks is that the Pac-Man character doesn't move up and down like you would normally expect. And forgive the refresh rate there on my screen. I'm trying to take a video of a CRT television. It can sometimes be difficult to get a good capture, so it's kind of what's going on here. But you can see here we're only seeing 2 ghosts. There's 3. You can see the third one there now. Okay.
But there's supposed to be 4.
Yeah, there's supposed to be 4. So mostly it's because of the flicker. So Atari has a 2 sprite per line limitation, and they leverage the speed of the hardware, but sometimes it causes a lot of flicker, and it goes in and out of focus here a little bit. Sorry about that. But you can see it's a playable game. It's just not a very enjoyable game for me. So that's the Atari 2600 version. TI-99 Pac-Man. Let me put my sticks on this thing, see what we can do. Hang on.
The purple ones, the purple ones are going for revenge because I ate him.
He's a vicious guy. All right, here we go. Now your dad gets a try. See if I remember how to play this game.
Yeah, I know their names. I know their names.
What?
I don't know their names since you're about to eat them. Seriously? I still can't name them. Oh, get the cherry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. Now, there's Inky. No, there. No! Seriously? All the ghosts are out for revenge now. Okay, so that's... Okay, so there's Blanky. Yeah, that's Blinky. That's Inky. That's Pinky. And that's Sue.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, look, there's 5 sprites on a line.
What? What do you mean? That's cool. You remember their names, right, Dad?
Inky, Pinky, Stinky,
No.
Doodle Pants.
No, it's Inky, Pinky. It's Inky, Pinky, Blinky, and Sue. Those are their names. If those two just split up so I could tell you. Ah, there we are. Inky, Blinky, Pinky. No, it's Blinky,
No!
Pinky, and Sue. They're out for revenge, Dad. They're out.
I know they're gonna beat the crap out of me here.
They're going for Yar's revenge. Dad, they're going for Yar's revenge.
Oh.
Get it?
Yeah, I get it.
They're going for Yar's revenge since you ate him.
This could get bad.
Head the other way, Dad. Super bloody hamburger. Oh no!
I think I'm gonna get it. Yeah!
Yeah! Blinky, Inky, Pinky, and Sue. That's all I'm gonna say, okay?
Uh-oh, strawberry.
But I can't name him now since you're eating him.
I guess quick.
You mean Blinky? The red guy? I guess if you eat them all, they're all gonna be out for Yar's revenge. They're all gonna be out for Yar's revenge. Oh, you ate Inky. Dad, you ate Inky.
Did I?
Yeah, you ate Inky, the blue one. Watch out for Sue. He's a vicious one.
So I think Sue's a girl.
No, Sue's a boy.
Ah!
I told you they were out for Yard's revenge.
Atari 2600. Donkey Kong. So, one of the things I like about the Atari version of Donkey Kong is it has a very enclosed feel. And part of that is due to the fact that the Atari display is very limited in scope, and it doesn't really feel quite like the arcade, but that's okay. I never really played the arcade much of this. Oh, I died. Never really played the arcade much, but I did play the crap out of this on the Atari, and when I played the arcade and when I play the TI version, which you'll see here in a minute, it's a much bigger feeling board, and that's cool too. But this is the one that I remember from my childhood. Now, of course, it's just got the 2 screens, but overall, if you're used to this version, you like it, and if you're not used to this version, it leaves something to be desired. But anyway, this is the 2600 version of Donkey Kong. TI-99 Donkey Kong.
Why don't you want to be there when the oil explodes? Ah, come on!
Push the dang button! Stupid. Atari
Atari 2600 Space Invaders.
I have to turn this up a little bit. Hang on a second, let me turn this up. Okay. This is the classic Space Invaders. When people think about Space Invaders, this is what they see. It's the monochrome invaders, the unique shape of the shooting base, and just all around iconic feel here. This it's an excellent game. This is the original for the Atari, and a lot of people love this version. I love this version. It's the sound of the constant moving. It's kind of like a drum beat almost. So very much enjoyed this one. The TI version is pretty awesome too. It's very different. The concept is the same, but the mechanics are a little different. The colors are obviously very different. You'll see that here in just a second. But this is a classic game, very very iconic.
TI-99 TI Invaders.
And this is the alternative. This is the TI version. It's as you can see, it's got a similar concept. It moves a little faster. The colors are more brilliant. It has more invaders in it. Similar concept. You got four shields down there instead of just 3, and it moves really nicely. I really enjoy the way this one plays comparatively. And I've noticed from playing both of these games for years that this one's actually a little tougher. You'll notice in this particular session, I'm going to really stink this up and get my butt kicked. So, anyway, the differences are substantial. I'm not actually going to show the middle of the game here, where between levels you have to knock that flying saucer back and forth, because when I shot this, I died without quite getting to that point. So. And it's really kind of a toss-up, because the other one's just so classic, and the speed up here gets pretty quick, and I like how it gradually speeds up a little bit more gradually than the other version. And died there, but this is the one that I actually have the most history playing. It's a great one too. Awesome game. Okay, so we've played the 3 games, and we played which Pac-Man did you like best? Did you like the Atari Pac-Man or the TI Pac-Man better?
I like the TI Pac-Man, especially since they were up for Yar's revenge after he ate them.
Okay. I also like the TI Pac-Man better. I think that the graphics are better. There's not as much flicker.
And plus, on the Atari, Pac-Man doesn't chomp. He just moves around with his mouth open.
Well, he chomps, but it doesn't look as good, and he doesn't go up or down. He just goes left and right. So
that's terrible.
Yeah. So okay. So what about Donkey Kong? Which Donkey Kong did you like better?
I like the TI.
Yeah, it looks better. It's prettier. It's got a better visual sort of thing going on. Also, the one on the TI is harder. The one on the Atari is easier. So, plus the Donkey Kong himself on the Atari looks like a big brown dog blob or something. I don't know. What do you think?
I think he looks like an asthmatic elephant being throttled by another asthmatic elephant being throttled by a dog. Cause its fur gets all over the asthmatic elephant. So the asthmatic elephants, they're big, right? So Donkey Kong is big.
Okay. All right, so...
No idea what that meant.
What about the Invaders? Did you like TI Invaders or Space Invaders better?
I like TI Invaders.
Did you?
Yeah.
How come?
Well, for one thing, all of these games that we're playing, they all have the same name. I like TI Invaders because it, has a little different name. Like, I'm just gonna slink over here now.
Well, I think the TI Invaders, the colors are much better, right? Mm-hmm. Also, even though we didn't show it because we kind of screwed up, even though we didn't show it, there's a special bonus stage between the stages where the flying saucer, the UFO, goes back and forth, and you have to hit it a bunch of times for a bonus. It's faster. It's a lot more fluid.
I'm just gonna slink over here now.
The colors are better again. I think all in all, the TI on all three of these games, we liked them the best. I can see why some people would prefer Space Invaders over TI Invaders because of the sound. I think the sounds on Space Invaders are so iconic. It just sounds like a constant beating drum, and it has a very, very special sound. I remember playing Space Invaders as a kid on the Atari, and the audio there, even though it may not be better, it's very unique and nostalgia. Some folks may prefer that sound, but overall, TI wins, right?
TI wins.
All right, very good.